You must have wondered what's the difference between two very similar terminologies. For example, Al-Hadith Qudsi and the Quran. We have been blessed with multiple traditions from the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, which give us guidance in all aspects of our lives. From minute details such as table manners to more intricate details when it comes to family, law, when it comes to relationships with family members, as well as business and how to conduct business in a moral fashion. When we look at traditions, we find some traditions are known as Hadith al-Qudsi. These traditions, which are known as divine traditions, were revealed to the Holy Prophet as well, but they're not on the same status as revelation. When you look at revelation, such as the Quran, we find that revelation has to have a challenge within it. For example, the Quran asks those who are listening and reading it to come forth with a chapter which can be of the same caliber as the Quran. Whereas Hadith al-Qudsi is a statement that the Prophet will mention which has divine wisdom behind it. When the Holy Prophet used to speak to his companions, his speech used to fall into one of these three categories. Either it would be revelation, so it would be the Quran that as God has revealed to the heart of the Prophet, or it would be the speech of God, known as Al-Hadith Al-Qudsi, which is wisdom from God in the form of a tradition, or it would be general speech from the Prophet himself, which of course is in line with divine morality and wisdom. There are some hadith which we know as Al-Hadith Al-Qudsi, for example, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells Musa, "O Musa, love me, make me beloved to my creation, and make my creation beloved to me." In another profound tradition, which is known as a Hadith al-Qudsi, Allah mentions and He says, "Know that I am going to be just like my servant has an opinion of me. If he has a good opinion of me, that's how he shall find me. And if he has an evil opinion of me, he shall find a just Lord waiting for him." Despite both the traditions which are known as Hadith al-Qudsi and the Quran both being revelation and the speech of God, we must realize that there are clear differences between the two. For example, in our daily prayers, we cannot narrate or recite a hadith which is known as a Hadith of Qudsi. It's the speech of God, but it cannot be brought within our prayers. We can touch the writings of the Hadith al-Qudsi with our bare hands without having done wudu, but this is not permissible when it comes to the Holy Quran. Whereas the Quran has been compiled into one book, we find that these Ahadith al-Qudsi are mentioned in numerous books. There are some famous compilations of these Ahadith, such as Jawahir al-Saniyya fil Ahadith al-Qudsiyya by Sheikh Hurr al-Amani.